When you're growing your YouTube channel, it's really hard to keep on top of all of the metrics. So in this video, I'm going to show you the numbers that I focus on, and guess what? They're all on a single page. Well, almost. So we're looking beyond the view count and the subscriber count. And if you're part of the YouTube partner program so that you are monetized, then this is going to be especially valuable for you, so that you're not just looking at a total revenue every month or every day, but you're able to drill down to find out which number to focus on and what to do about it. Now here's the part where I'm supposed to say, hey, before we go on, if we haven't met before, then subscribe. Forget it. Let's just get on with the show. Okay, so I'll show you which metrics I'm talking about. So I'm in YouTube Studio, studio.youtube.com, and I go to Analytics. You can do this for an individual day, for a month, for the last 28 days. And the tab I want to go for is Revenue. But we're not quite there yet. I want to do this. Let me do this for a single day. So I go Custom here. And I'll do this for 29th of January through just for that day, the 29th. Hit Apply. And now I click on See More. Now what I'm interested in are these numbers in the totals here, but not just these ones. I'll put in a couple more, but let me just run through these ones first of all. Your estimated revenue, how much I am estimated to get from ad revenue for that day. RPM, so that's the revenue per mille, that tells you how much you've earned per 1,000 views. Now I'm focused in this video only on ad revenue. I don't get money from other things such as merch or from super chats or supers, nothing like the super stickers. But the playback based CPM is more important for me because this shows me how much advertisers are paying YouTube for my ads. Why is that more important? Because I am going back to the source, which is how much advertisers are paying rather than just how much I receive. So I get my CPM and multiply it by the monetized playbacks. Having all of these numbers here, these four in particular, shows me how much money I'm going to be making from ad revenue. And as I say, that can be for a particular day. I've done that by December 20, that should have been January 20, 29. Let me do that. So that's the range, and then hit Apply. So the monetized playback, so that's how many times people have viewed. That's when a viewer is shown at least one ad impression. The ad appears, it could be a skippable ad, it could be a non-skippable ad, it could be an overlay ad. How many times a viewer is shown at least one ad impression when watching the video. But now that relates to the number of views. And so views, of course, you are looking at how many views you have got on the channel in a particular day. Or, as I say, that could be for last 28 days, or for a particular month, or for the last 90 days, whatever. Now the watch time shows me that in one day, my videos have been watched for 85.5 hours, which is effectively like having one person watching from midnight through to midnight without a single break, and then a second person, so 3 people watching totally full-time all day, doing nothing else, not taking a break from what they're watching my channel. So that's 3 times, that's 72 hours, 85 hours. What I get to do by keeping a track of this is I get to see how much, where I really need to focus. Because I just put these into a spreadsheet, and then I can see, I can see how many views I'm getting on my channel. I can see what my CPM is. If you want to find out ways of increasing your CPM, then check out this video here, and especially the average view duration. So I have these numbers all here in a spreadsheet for every single day of the month. And what that allows me to do, I can see at a glance using this Sparkline command, I can see at a glance whether numbers are going up or down. We'll look at these numbers in a minute, but I can see that on average I'm getting 11.2 subscribers a day for January. That was great. I get to see how much revenue I'm getting per day, and total for the month. And I get to see how many people actually watch an ad during the day, or see an ad during the day. So that's why having these metrics here, I get to see the trends really, really quickly. I can see that my average view duration is pretty low. It's only just over a minute, 1 minute 25, which is not great. So that's the next thing for me to focus on, rather than subscriber count, which was something that was really important for me before, as I was growing to 1,000 subscribers. Now, what about these metrics here? Impressions, YouTube search, and click-through rate. Once again, we go back into this page, and I can actually add some extra metrics here. So we said I was going to put in the impressions. So the impressions is really how many times your video has appeared, your thumbnail has appeared in front of anybody on YouTube, even if they didn't click on it. So that could be on the home page, and that's only as regards YouTube, appearing on YouTube, how many times it was shown to viewers. So I get to see if my impressions are low, then it means that I'm not even getting out there in front of people through YouTube search or their homepage. So that's something for me to work on, especially around my topics. What about the click-through rate? Okay, so that's the CTR. The click-through rate means that when people see that thumbnail, how many of them click. And so I get to see what my click-through rate is, my average. And so if I improve my titles and my thumbnails, which are the two things that are going to improve my click-through rate, I can see that my click-through rate was low and now it's growing higher. It's up over 10%, which I'm pretty happy with. Sometimes as high as 14%. Weekends are always down lower anyway, but I get to see this is my click-through rate. So this is the long-term impact of me improving my thumbnails and my titles. So impressions, click-through rate, subscribers. So you can see that I've got all of these. I can put in the watch time hours. So that's the total number of hours. You saw that average view duration. And by looking at these, I can see whether my video needs to have a little bit more pizzazz in it, a little bit more, a few more pattern interrupts, a few more pop-ups or things like this that are going to keep people watching. Should they be a little bit more exciting, a bit faster, a bit more energy in them, for example? And now the YouTube search, this one I haven't shown you here. So YouTube search does not appear on this page here, and you can't add it by adding in the options here. Okay, it's not in any of these options. But the YouTube search goes in under here under traffic source. And that's really important for me because I want to appear through my titles, especially, and my titles and descriptions. I want them to be really high on YouTube search. Now, I've worked very actively on that over the last month or so, and most of my traffic, or half of my traffic, is coming through YouTube search. I'm trying to push that up even higher. So I want to be the result that people are, when people search for something. So you can see that's sitting at 49.9%. So 50% of my traffic is coming through search at the moment, which is great. I've got a summary of these prepared for the whole of the year for 2021. It's the end of January as I'm recording this. And then I can do a summary so that I can see an average of the average for the whole year of all of these, including revenue. And then this translates from US dollars into Australian dollars. So that way I get to see the trends and I can see at a glance just where my channel is going, how many views I'm getting on average each day, and what kind of videos I need to be creating, or what kind of changes I need to be making to my videos to get more views, to improve that watch time and increase the subscriber count. So I hope you found this helpful, and if you would like some personalized assistance with growing your own YouTube channel and with digging into those metrics, or even me putting together the numbers for you from your YouTube studio, then reach out to me.